San Francisco, how are you? There's something that I didn't point out this morning, and I think it bears mentioning because it matters. Most of the stuff Robbie and I talk about on stage does not matter. This is different. This is important because I want you to know whether you've been here before or you are a veteran who's been to many, 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 many conventions, you are the hand-selected, anointed, chosen Friday people. And I don't like to play favorites, but you're my favorite. Better than other people. Take it off the thing. That makes you better than other people. Because you care, you get it, you eschew responsibilities like education and jobs. Why make money when you can be spending it hand over fist? That's my motto. Vinyl portraits of us all. Phi. Fiscal responsibility. Spend, buy, remember, own. That's my motto, Bobo.
I like it.
You're welcome. You know what, San Francisco? We have for you, we don't do this often. Usually we roll out the same guests, dust them off, put them in a new sweater, poof, new show. This time, we actually have fresh new talent. We have a gentleman who has never done a creation convention. This is his very first panel and his very first show. And years from now, after he's done 50 of these and he's asked about what it was like to do his first one, this is the moment upon which he will reflect. So let's make it special. A man so nice, I directed him thrice, David Haydn-Jones! What is that? Oh. I honestly thought it was a storm or something myself. And I was about to code rob and honey and run.
Is this how you induct the newbies? Is that a thing?
I gotta be honest, dude. No, I don't know what that.
That's new to you too.
I've never seen that, so.
I like it.
Will it be revealed at any point what that was?
It's for his first con.
It's like a riddle.
What?
It's for his first con.
It's a riddle.
It's for your first con.
Oh,
it is.
Rosemary.
Yeah.
It literally is for your first con.
You established
It's a
a brand
welcome.
new, this is a new thing we're going to be doing now.
I guess we're doing that now. I'm from improv. Yes, and.
Yeah, there you go. He can learn a thing or two.
No, but here's the thing. Here, I'll tell you something.
Exactly.
Now that you've established that, for the next people who come and they do that, we will call it being Haydn-Jones. That is a thing.
That is actually a real medical condition you do.
I was
Do
saying,
not look getting Haydn-Jones up on the internet. That is
What's
something
wrong with you? I got
you can never
Haydn-Jones.
unsee.
why are you covered with salve? I got Haydn-Jones already.
I need ointment.
Right here. And a little bit of Haydn-Jones right here.
I'm not going to stay on stage. We're going to let you have your time with David. But I want to say, it's been a great pleasure. We never acted together, but I've been fortunate enough of my 4 episodes to have David in 3 of them. And he's an awesome actor and performer. And I was a fan of his work on the show before I ever directed him. And it was a real trip to meet David and be talking to David and know him as Cash on the TV and then sit there with him and like, so David, here's what I'm thinking about the scene. He's like, me too, dude. You see, I'm thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, you're not British? Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought, okay, this is weird.
And is that how he talks? Me too, dude.
Yeah, he does. Me too, dude.
So, dude, I want to talk about this sketch guy. Yeah, so I think he's a bit posh. I think he's got some things. He wears a suit,
He was wearing a tank top and a Speedo. He talked like that. It was a weird lunch.
gold chains.
Anyway, no, you don't get off that easy. Because, well, I've got Rich here. I've been sycophantic to him off set, and, I just love working with this guy. This is an actor's director, and did he not crush the last episode, like 7 this season and everything? Like, truly, truly a dream for me to work with this, and I've been saying this off stage, but he deserves a lot of kudos too. I'm so blessed to know you, brother.
Likewise, my friend. San Francisco, you're welcome. David Haydn-Jones.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, over there too. There's so many people. Well, so my name is David Haydn-Jones, and I play Arthur Ketch on a hit show called Supernatural. Perhaps you're familiar with it, right? So I just want to say thank you for being so nice to me already. I know you're kind of obligated to do that and make me feel at home. But I am so excited to be here. Like, this has been an incredible ride over the past year, and the fact that I got cast in this show for just a small 3-part arc in like a year ago, August. And now I'm here in San Francisco talking to you amazing people about this really weird dude called Arthur Ketch. A mischievous creature. I'm just really honored and grateful. So I think I know some of you from online, but I look forward to meeting more of you here and hopefully answering some of your questions, if you have questions. So that's what we're here for, right?
Woo!
For me to talk. This is your time. And I will start over here. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Gail.
Hey, Gail.
And so I have a question, but before I get to it, I have some friends from Canada that you might know as the Double D+1 Squad.
Double D+1 Squad
Yes.
from Edmonton, yes?
Yes, and so I guess we've since learned that you were filming while you were there, or at least knew about it, but when they asked you, you lied to them, and so I wanted to know if you enjoyed torturing them or having a secret that you couldn't tell them.
Okay, so, lied is a word. Fibbed a wee bit. Well, obviously, we know in this internet world that spoilers are a real drag. And one of the happiest things that I found out after my 4 days hiatus off the internet in the desert of Southern California was that a lot of people were like, "No, dude, we were really shocked you were back." And I was like, yay, that's a good thing. So also, you know, we don't sign full non-disclosure agreements with production, but obviously, you know, with the internet and with spoilers and just like leaks and all that stuff, I really had to do my due diligence to make sure that it was super undercover and on the DL. And yeah, so when people were saying, "Are you coming back to Supernatural?" I was like, I wish. I never really said no ever. I'm pretty sure I tried to say I wish I could come back to Supernatural. I wish in the past that I just shot an episode.
Well, you were very successful.
All right,
We were
well,
all
good.
shocked. So my question
Apologies to anyone who feels betrayed or lied to.
So my question
That's
is kind
catch.
of related to that. When your character was killed off by Mary in season 12, did you know you were being brought back for season 13, or was that a surprise that they told you later?
Yeah, so that's a great question because there was no clue to me, the actor, as Dave Haydn-Jones, or any contracts or anything to that level that I was going to be coming back. So when I found out, I think the end of this past August, so it was pretty close. And they were like, "Hey, we'd like to pin you for maybe this character you might know called Arthur Ketch, playing his evil twin." No, actually his good twin. Arthur's, now I'm screwed up about that too, we'll talk about it. I don't even know what's going on. Me and Rich, you should have seen us getting nerdy with that script. Yeah, no, I had no idea. I mean, they were like, "Oh, we really liked your character. It's too bad you're dead." I was like, "Yeah, too bad I'm dead." But then you'd hear the crew would say stuff like, "Well, you know, nobody's really ever dead on Supernatural," and I was like, "Well, that's true." And Jensen told me in Rome, you know, he didn't know Ketch was coming back either because they keep their cards to the vest, the writers and the producers and stuff, because again, they don't want any spoilers getting out. And he said, "I think a fan told me at a creation event that I died 168 times on the show, and I'm a lead on the show." So he's like, don't feel too bad. We either kill the ones we like on this show. So, but as an actor, just to wrap it up and to move the questions along, but as an actor, you gotta move on. So, as much as I would have loved to have come back and played catch, wait a second, I am playing catch again. And I'm going to next Wednesday too. Yes! So much fun in store. Oh. No, I mean, you have to move on as an actor. You got to try to go find your new job and move on. So you just got to go, thank you very much. And if it comes back, it comes back. But when I heard that I got to come back at the end of August, I was like, yes. So thank you, Gail.
Yeah, thank you for the question.
Yeah.
And your friends from Canada are happy to have you back.
Mwah, if they're out there, mwah, on stage it. Hi to the stage it folks and Canada people in the house. I'll do it with you. Woo! 2. Okay, good. Hello, Tammy.
Hello.
Everyone say hi to Tammy. I don't know.
Hi, Tim.
I know Tammy because we have jazzercised together in Iowa City. How did that happen, you may ask? Well, you have some internet homework to do tonight. Hello, Tammy.
How are you?
I'm good, baby.
And speaking of, everybody from Iowa City Jazzercise says hello. We miss you. And we still have your spot on the floor, just kind of waiting for you to
Listen, that spot has been desecrated, condemned. I think the FBI is coming to inspect it. It was, we had a lovely time. If anyone doesn't know, there was this whole dare with my charity and my Alzheimer's Foundation and some of my shirts that I was moving representing the less than 3 movement, some smattering of applause. One of the things was if we got to a certain number, I would go jazzercise in Iowa City. I'm like a little Twitter joke. I'm like, yeah, I'll jazzercise. We'll never get there. And then we're like, oh God, we got there. And as a man of my word and as a sort of background in comedy, I was like, I think I kind of got to do that. I think I got to go jazzercise in Iowa City. So we jazzercise. So that's the mini backstory. You can go down a rabbit hole if you want to. So your question, Tammy.
My question is, can you reenact the sandwich scene, and how many sandwiches did it take you to do the scene? That's for by the way.
So yeah, apparently Furry Catch 2.0, eating a sandwich in season 13, episode 7, has become a bit of a meme online. God bless the internet, huh? Or a furry man eating a sandwich in a black sweater is a thing. That sentence should never be uttered by anyone ever. It makes no sense. Has everyone caught up, by the way? Like, I'm always weird. Like, I assume if you're here, you're caught up on the show, right? There's no... And if you're saying no spoilers, well, you shouldn't be here. Come on. So, yeah, Rich and I were just having a blast kind of with that moment. We were like, we kind of want to make it comedic, but we also don't want to make it a meal, literally. But literally and figuratively, you say that in acting, you're like, well, don't make a meal out of it. But you're like, well, technically it's a meal. It's a sandwich. So he just wanted to reveal it, and the idea that this guy had been tortured and beaten up by Sam and Dean, or Dean mostly. Sam's a pussycat. And it was just like that sort of sheepish, like I haven't eaten in days, and like, kind of like, what's going on, guys? Can I come too? I'm Catch Point 2.0. I want to be your friend. So that was basically the thing. We were just like, and I think like when we get into the backstory of like who those guys were, the pivot on the twin thing, we talked about it, and some people will fight me on this, but Catch does have a vulnerable side, and when he says that line, I think my brother, obviously me, would voice some regret about what I did to your family. I think that sandwich moment is that sort of vulnerable, beaten, changed man. I mean, you get a bullet in your head and you come back to life, that's gonna change you. That changes a person. It humbles you. So, yeah, that's the sandwich moment. So thank you, Tammy.
Thank you, David.
And thanks for jazzercise.
No, thank you.
That happened. Hi, what's your name?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. I'm Davey.
First of all, I'd say I love your suit.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
I'm such a nerd, I came in cosplay of my own character. That's how much of a nerd I am. And I regret nothing. Except my sweaty forehead right now.
Okay, so my question is, what was your favorite part of playing Catch on Supernatural?
Gosh, I get this favorite question a lot, and it's a fair one. The word favorite in my lexicon as an actor sort of doesn't really exist for me, because what I try to do is I try to love every moment. Like one of the things about trying to live truthfully in acting is really just being here, now, present, and enjoying it fully. Okay, so I know that's a bit of a hedge, but I gotta say, it's not my favorite, but in terms of what will stick out in my mind looking back now. So when you're an actor and you're sort of unemployed all the time and you're looking for good jobs, you know, that's just the fact of an actor until you get a series or whatever, or a movie star or whatever. My first day on set was with Phil Segresha, and it was the Bentley scene where he Catch rolls up and brings out the rocket launcher. Yeah. And I grew up watching Bond films as a kid, Star Wars, and Han Solo and Bond, and I was like, they're like, the car wrangler comes up to me, he goes, you know this is a $500,000 car, right? I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then the suit was Hugo Boss, like $5,000. And like, when you just grow up, like, doing make-believe and pretend when you're a kid, and you're on set with this amazing crew, this amazing show that has all this success already, and you're stepping out of a Bentley, and you're shooting a practical rocket launcher with a full charge? Not a grenade in it, of course, but a dummy. And that just, they got the earplugs in, and it just went, and then they had the special effects, and you're like, I love my job. I love my job. So that little kid in me was like, yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. My question is, if Catch were to find himself in a game of Dungeons and Dragons, what character would he be?
Is your name Harp by any chance?
It is.
Hello, Harpy.
Hello, David.
Harpadium. We know each other online. That's a weird thing. I'm starting to meet people online, like through my social media, and I try to engage in a fun, silly way. But you get all these, like, no one's just who they are online, and you're like, who's that face? What is that? I don't even know what that icon is. And so this is a person we've had some witty entanglements with. So D&D, who would Catch play in a game of Dungeons and Dragons? I think, I don't think I've thought about this. I don't think he's that inventive of playing other people. I think he loves who he is so much. He's very much a narcissistic, egoist. What? Yeah? Can I hear the dirty word in the front row? I'm being heckled already. Security. Okay, good, yes. We need bad boys. I think he would play an assassin, and then he'd play a straight up assassin, but maybe with like some leather dungarees or something like that. Just mix it up, sort of Renaissance fair style Catch. Who knows? A flagon of mead instead of the scotch. Anybody, you might mix it up too, because he's trained in sorcery and wizardry as well. There's a little bit of that, so maybe on his little role play days, he might go wizard. I think we go wizard. Roll that 20-sided die and sort of like make sure he has high encumbrance. That's really a nerd inside joke for anyone who's, I just like to say the word encumbrance and watch any D&D person go like, I feel you, brother. I see you in encumbrance. Thank you, Harp. Nice to see your face, love. We'll see you later. Good question. It's the hard question. Hi.
Hi. So I just wanted to compliment you on your range of acting because I see you as Catch and badass and British. And my daughter's watching the Hallmark Christmas movies. And we realized you were the same person. She freaked out. So.
Were you just like, what do I?
I heard on Twitter you were talking about it. I'm like, the Hallmark, really? So I watched it with her. It was awesome.
Oh, well, that's so kind of you. What's your name again?
My name's Judy.
Judy. Do I know you online and any of the certain things? She's like, I'm not going to tell all these people. Are you crazy?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's a wide old world out there.
Do you prefer playing the bad guy or the nice guy?
Oh, gosh. Sorry, I'm just getting some water. I have a little bit of a cold. I don't know if you can hear. I'm just, no. Thank you. Oh, sure, give it. But I just gotta hydrate a little bit, just take the last bastion of it. That's a tough one. Do you prefer? I will say this. Kind of the bad guy is a little bit easier than the all-American good guy. Only because you kind of can't make mistakes as the bad guy, if that makes sense. Like, you have a wider range of being bad, if that makes any sense. And I will also add, and this is not, it's not to kiss the supernatural collective hiney, but I mean, this is the best character I've ever gotten to play. Catch and just the fun you can have in this world, it's a dream role, it's a dream come true. And to add this, I had no idea that all of this existed. Like literally a year and 4 months ago, I had no idea what like the SPN family was, or like the creation conventions were. I mean, this has been like a there's no manual for this, right? And so you're just like, oh, what now? Like, what's that going on? And it's wondrous. And it's amazing, and like the little nerdy doof in me, like that was like just loved sci-fi and felt alone and just would have loved to have been involved in a community like this when I was a kid. Now kind of gets to come do it as an adult, and it's really satisfying. So I thank you, I am you, and I'm humbled and honored to have been invited into the fold, and hopefully I can stay here and play with you guys for a little bit longer. So, thank you so much. Hi.
Hello, David.
What's your name?
Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi. We've talked online before.
Okay, good. See, I don't know. It's nice to put faces with names.
So I was wondering if Jared and Jensen have played any pranks on you while you were on set.
Yes. Well. Okay, that's a two-parter. Everyone heard the question? The classic, has Jared and Jensen pranked you? It's kind of always a bit of a rolling prank. I mean, they're very gregarious, fun guys, and they like to just joke around and have a good time. The Chupacabra video, I don't know if you've seen that. That's kind of a half prank on the day, but it's kind of fun how that all sort of came about. Because they actually shot their side of the scene 2 days earlier before they shot my coverage. But Phil Segrisha, the executive producer and director of that episode, they knew they had had such a fun time laughing about that word on the day that Phil comes to me and was like, we're just gonna do extra cover. And he got me to say the word a bunch of times, and then they did, I was like, we're really covering my coverage on this shot a lot of times. And you could kind of hear the crew on the day when they were shooting me out, because they've had this experience like the day prior. They're like, Chupacabra. Chupacabra. It's a little chupacabra. Why would say something about chupacabra? Chupacabra. Chupacabra. So they did this thing, and I think Phil had this idea in his brain that he was going to sort of edit this fun thing with all the extra coverage. And then when they released it, I was just like, I saw Jensen in Rome, and we just were crying, laughing. He was like showing it to me. We were just like, this is so funny. And what was fun about that too is like, Jensen told me, he's like, even his mom felt bad for Ketch. Jensen goes up to me, he goes, yo, so my mom came up to me and was like, now, were you really being that mean to Davey on the day? He's like, no, Mom, it's editing. It's just like, he wasn't even there. But it was like, it was so great, like how people were like, and I told him, I was like, it was kind of good for opening up the little teeniest cracks of empathy for Ketch, which is very hard to do, granted. But in a weird way, that video almost made like Ketch kind of human. Like they're like, oh, they're ganging up on him. That's a little harsh, guys. I mean, he is a sociopathic assassin, but like, take it easy on the guy. He's got feelings too. The other one is, and it's really low level, like frat boy humor. But in episode 7, where Ketch kind of saves them from the demons. And I'm just explaining to them that, okay, I was lying. I'm not Alexander. I'm Arthur, but I use the name Alexander. This is Jared on my coverage. So the camera's on me, and he's feeding me the lines. He's like, so who's Alexander? And then I'm like, well, my real name, and he's like, and not from his mouth like the way I do. The little one like that one, that's like, I love fart humor! Woo! I do that all day! Woo! I never said it was gonna be highbrow, folks. I never promised you highbrow stuff here today. But seriously, he's literally farting through my scene. Well, while he's off camera. But you know what? That means they like you, they appreciate you, they respect you. So you get through it, you have a good laugh, and it's a good day. So thank you for your question.
Thank you.
They're really fun to work with, if you haven't heard.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Dean.
Hey.
We kind of like I have 2 questions. We kind of talked on Instagram and everything, and I told you that I stuttered a lot, and like on here it says oh, I'll keep an eye on the splitter and give you a big coming hug, and I'm like, well, it's gonna be kind of hard because I'm gonna see you 4 times today, and I'm gonna be stuttering a lot.
Hey, no worries, you're doing great.
And then so I was just I told everybody about it, and they're like, oh, it's fine. He's like, he seems nice on the videos you saw on the con. I basically give you a big hug. It's super fine.
Absolutely, that will happen.
My other question is that I saw a spoiler because I'm not kind of catched up on season 13 yet.
Okay.
But Catch it kind of says, oh, about your angel to Dean. So would Catch ever be like, oh, I like these 2 characters together like a ship, like VCL?
Really?
Are you asking if Ketch is shipping Dean and Castiel? I actually think Ketch has his eye on Castiel, personally. I do enjoy an angel. You, Halo. I don't think Ketch even knows what a ship is, other than a big boat that you should get on to get to America. So that's my way I'm getting out of that question. I'll say this about Ketch, though, and I've been asked this question before. Ketch has got some secrets. Ketch is a wacky dude. He's got some backstory, I think, maybe that we can plumb still. And this isn't really a spoiler. Maybe it is. I'm so confused.
Tell us.
I better not say anything. I will say this. Ketch and Cassiel will be in the same room soon. That's it. I say too much. Now I must kill you later. There will be no hugs for you, only death. We'll see you later. Thanks for your question. Bye. Hi there. Hello, less than 3 equals love. I love you back. Thank you so much. What's your name?
Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi. So first of all, I saw your Instagram post where you were talking in your real accent, and I just have to say I really adore your real accent.
Thank you very much. Hello, my name is Arthur Kish.
So my question is, since Mary was the one to kill you, do you think Ketch will hold that grudge against her if they see each other again? And did you have to kill Mick?
Those are excellent questions. And I'll try to unpack them in reverse. Yes, I had to kill Mick. No. Did you see a little bit of regret in his eyes at all? Did that glimmer come? No, okay, so I like that. That's good. Some people are like, screw you, buddy. That was our red wedding of season 12. Ugh. You're such a douche. It's true. Ketch is a douche. Yes, I was commanded to do so by Dr. Hess. And Ketch is a soldier who takes orders. He's a trained assassin. And I don't think there was pleasure in it for him. I mean, people were like, oh, you can. This is one of my favorite things. Adam and I were in England, and someone said was really mad at me online. They were like, how come you killed Mitch? You a-hole, they were so mad. Ow, caps. I was like, first of all, you called him Mitch. How emotionally invested are you in the character? No, really. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you back. But I was like, Mitch, really? Why did I kill Mitch? So yeah, I did have to kill him as a character. The writers told me to do it, and Dr. Hess told me to do it. Now the other question I find very interesting, because I think there is going to be a trajectory based on some of the story points I know. I can't confirm this in any way, but what is that meeting between Mary and Ketch gonna look like? Oh man. The only woman he's ever really loved, in his own weirdo kind of way, but also the woman who shot him in the head. Tomato. It was totally deserved. I don't disagree. He had it coming. I don't judge that. But at the same time, this is the woman that just shook your world and actually made you feel a little glimmer of romance for the first time. Yeah, that's true. She was a hunter. She hunted. I'm sorry. And it's Mary. It's Sam Smith, and she's I wonder what that would look like. I hope we get to find out what that would look like, because I think it's going to be fraught with conflict and emotion. So great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great question.
Hi.
What's your name?
Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
It's very nice to meet you. So I want to talk to you about your Twitter and stuff, because you take people's fan art that they make of you and make it your profile picture every week.
Yeah, once a week. It's called Art Mate Sundays. I just was so astonished at how I do this thing on Twitter where people just kept sending me pictures of Ketch and me, and I'm like, wow, what do I do with this? Because I was reposting it felt kind of narcissistic, but then I was like, but there's so many great artists, and so I wanted to just take that love and attention and go no, that's for you, and just send it out. So that's kind of what we do every Sunday.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know what inspired you to do that.
Gosh, that's a great question. Well, kind of what I just said, which was were you not listening? Oh. I speak words for a reason. No, I'm sorry, just teasing. Well, it was kind of that, but I think somewhere in my consciousness, Stephen Amell does something like it too. Mm-hmm. Does he do something like that? He's Fan Art Friday. So I'm not original by any stretch of the imagination. Does he use it as his profile pic every week though?
No.
So I took it to 2.0. Thank you very much. Screw you, Stephen Amell. I'm sending Ketch your way, Mr. Arrow Pants. He would kick my ass in a second. I know. But you know, I mean, usually it was probably subconsciously got in there for that very reason with the CW, and then I was just like, well, you know what? Why don't I just let it live there for a week and be kind of fun? And it's just so fun, and it's just something that people can look forward to, and it's just been, again, I just what I love. I don't like my social media for me. I don't use it for that, but I love watching people come together under my little hut. and then someone will give me their art for the week, and then just see all the love that they send to that person in Turkey and Hungary and Greece and Iowa. You know what I mean? Like exotic Iowa, full circle. There's some great jazzercise there. Just anyone's looking to dance. Iowa City, Iowa, get there. Yeah, but it's really just a nice little community thing, and it fills me, and I know that a lot of people get a lot of love, and they also get to sell some of their stuff. That makes me feel good too. Like some of these artists get to sell their work as a result of just doing that. So that's awesome. I love artists.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I feel like I'm doing laps across the stage.
Way to get your exercise.
I did. I know. Sweating up here.
So my question for you, first of all, your accents, great job on those.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What has been the most fun accent to do? What would be one you would like to do? And is there a certain way you prepare to kind of get those accomplished?
Yeah. So one of my goals, I think Ketch's sort of posh received pronunciation accent. That wasn't always his accent. Interestingly enough, I auditioned 4 times for Ketch, and they were still kind of trying to figure out who he was as a guy. I kind of went in really not thinking I was going to get it. I'm like, they're going to go for some big, beefy, motorcycle guy, because that's kind of who was written on the page. So they were like, he's a tough, British guy, and it was written kind of Cockney. It was written more like Mick. So my first audition was like, yeah, so it's all right. Yeah, what do you want? Dean, hey, oi, let's get in there. What genres? All right. And it was like, and they were like, no, we got Cockney with Mick. And then they were like, we're looking for, I think we want James Bond of the Monster Hunter world. And then we want him to be posh, and we want him to be upper crust. And so I have so I'm half British, right? So that half of my family my dad's Welsh, and I have half of my family lives in the UK. So one of the important things for me is would I be able to pass with them? And so I sort of fashioned Ketch's voice once we finally locked into what it was going to be. My Uncle Dave in England, he lives in Manchester, but he's very, very old school, toffee, British upper crust. So much so that he's sort of like, yeah, it's right. Yeah, he literally does the there's a guy on this planet who actually does that. Like, no joke. You're like, no, we don't believe. No, that's my Uncle Dave. So I sort of took like him up here, right, and so it was this upscale Cambridge Grange Academy, and then I sort of fused it with sort of Roger Moore's James Bond. Roger Moore has that sort of received pronunciation, posh, but it's sort of leveled out, Americanized a wee bit. And then I just sort of trying to let it sit in that place, and then when sort of Ketch is being all sort of pretentious and like hokey-jokey, what I call the butler side of him, the butler assassin, that's when I sort of go to Mr. Dave, and he goes, hello, how are you? Oh, very good, yeah, right. And then sort of dial that down, and when it get a bit darker, you sort of go, Ketch, Arthur, Ketch. And that's what I tried to do. And to your point, I actually just booked a role based because of Catch, playing another toffee-nosed dick, to use some word in the front. Sorry, children under 18 in the audience, filthy. And they were like, we want a posh British guy on the show called Taken with a hint of Afrikaans. So I got to do Catch with just a skosh of South African dialed in. So that's what I've been working on now. It's a bit of posh with South African, so it's quite fun.
Oh,
yes.
South Africa.
So you can see that guy on Taken, on NBC's Taken, coming out in the spring. If anyone watches that show. So, thank you. Accents are basically like muscle memory. You kind of gotta just get them in your mouth and just repeat. Because catch with Western Canadian accent, where I first grew up. So hey, Sam, Dean, I got a 2-4 of pill in the back of my truck, right? And we were just hoping that you might want to join the Canadian Men of Letters, and just kind of like, I don't know, so sorry if you don't want to come. But we're just thinking we could kind of team up and just put the puck in the net and just get her done. That's Randy Catch, the Canadian cousin. Bring him. Hi.
Randy?
Catch obviously is a bad guy, and you're obviously not, because I've seen some of the responses you've sent to my daughter on Twitter. So does it bother you?
Not in this environment. Not in this current political environment. Reframe the question, man. Reframe the question.
Encouraging responses. So does it bother you when people confuse your character with you in real life?
Oh, it bothered me. I mean, it was talking about when I killed Mitch. What is this, Glengarry Glen Ross? Mitch and Murray were killed by Arthur Catch. Anyone theater nerds in the audience? That was a scary day, because again, I had only been on Twitter like actively for, like 4 months, really. And then I woke up the next morning, and you should have seen my feed. I was like, it's a bloody make-believe show. I didn't kill Adam, I didn't. He's my friend. I like him. I'm not Cash, I'm not. I was scared, man. People were like, you're an idiot, all caps. And I was like, are they really mad at me? Me?
Yes.
Me, David Haydn-Jones, me. So it's a learning curve. And I've said this before, and I'm not trying to be like a scold, but I think I think social media in general gets us all kind of hopped up emotionally and reactively way more than we need to be, and it's because we're not looking someone in the eye, we're not seeing someone's body language, and we're not hearing the tone of someone's voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's just science. So I think because this stuff is so new to us, and I think even like the Google guy that just came out and be like, this stuff is designed to make our brains addictive and reactive. And if anyone saw like the Sean Parker thing on Axios, the interview, check it out. This is the founder of Facebook going like, yeah, we basically sold you crack for the brain. Hope you're dealing with it okay. Okay, Sean Parker, thank you for letting us know. So to that degree, I think we all need to collectively as a society figure out new manners, new protocols, new kindnesses, new ways of behaving online with manners and properness. Yeah. And find really nice things to say. I think of my granny. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yes.
And also, though, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Let's bring that into the internet age, and we'll just all relax a little bit, please. I think that's where we gotta go. But it hits you. I'm not gonna tell you, it doesn't hit you emotionally at first, and you wanna go like, oh, all caps back at you! Have some more all caps! Did I mention that was in all caps? Oddly, I don't feel better about that. And you don't feel better. So you just got, you know what it is? Anyone who gets mad at you online and is anonymous, you just gotta, I mean, this is where your spiritual journey has to kick in. I'm not trying to get too metaphysical for you, but this is where you gotta go, what's going on with them that makes them want to be that mad at me, someone they don't even know? You know, if you can do that moment of forgiveness, then you're just like, it's okay, it's fine. So that's how I deal with it. Yeah. Just trying to be better. Just trying to be better one day at a time. Hi!
Hi.
Here endeth the lesson, by the way.
So I have 2 questions and one's a trick question. So, first question is, do you think that Kedge has the ability to come back and be a good guy? Do you think he has the ability to change, given if he's around Sam Medina enough? And second question is, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Thanks for giving me Sophie's Choice in the front of the crowd.
Sorry.
I gotta pick one, huh?
Yeah, I have to know. I have tattoos, I have to
Gosh. Can I just unpack, because there's only 2 that I have to fight
know.
with.
There's only one right answer.
Choose wisely. The red pill or the blue pill? I don't want to know if I choose incorrectly. Okay, I gotta go with teenage Davey. I gotta go New Hope.
That is the right answer!
Gotta go OG, number 4, episode 4. I mean, it's not the best movie,
No,
but it's my movie.
Yes.
So that's it.
It started it.
So I'm so glad I answered correctly. Oh my goodness. To your second question, I think there's potential redemption in anyone, and to your point, Darth Vader, man.
Yep.
That dude can be redeemed. There's redemption for all of us. That was a bad dude.
Right.
Yeah, well, listen, I think I tried to show some cracks. I think the writers and I tried to show like the soupçon of vulnerability in the dude. I mean, remember, if you just actually go back to the origin story of Ketch, like looking backwards, this was an abused kid.
Right.
I mean, maybe we can have some empathy. Like, he does really grotesque and awful things. But he was an abused kid that was given away by his parents who didn't care. And they taught him from a young age to be a killer and an assassin and do all this stuff. And so maybe there's like a good little kid in there somewhere just aching to get out.
So then ipso facto, you're Darth Vader because they took Anakin as a little kid and trained him to be a killer, and that's how it turned out.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, what? Wait, hold on. I got distracted by the band. That just sort of came in behind me. I guess that means it's my time.
I can't believe you spotted us taking the stage.
Was I supposed to know sooner to get off stage, or
No,
this is how it goes?
This is what we do.
Okay. You just sort of slink up.
We stealthily arrive on stage. You don't even see us. But you can finish answering the lady's question.
Well, I think that we actually wrapped it up. Let me just say again, thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being so amazing.
It was awesome to bring him on stage. It was awesome as the director to bring him back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, David Haydn-Jones!